Well, first of all, I'm not sure we're there just yet. Our everyday approach we think is the absolute most important thing for us to get going in the right direction and stay going in the right direction. I guess that's from the physical standpoint. From the mental standpoint, I still think we're trying to figure that out. What exact buttons to push, when to push them, and how we can continue to challenge our players to take this thing over and make it theirs from the mental perspective. So those, negative situations, adverse situations in games don't throw us for a loop for 6 minutes where all of a sudden now they've tied the game or now they've taken us out of the game or whatever it may be. It's something we've struggled with last year, this year so far. Again, if we use a weekend where we got a tie as a we're going in the right direction weekend, I don't think the bar is high enough. I know exactly where you're coming from. I get the question, yeah. and I felt better about our game Saturday than I have about a game all year. But the fact is, we tied. We still need to score more goals. Our power play, if you look at the numbers, is absolutely poor. I don't necessarily think that's what it is. I think we're better than that, but we need to start doing a lot of things better. I really feel like we're as mentally, the challenge is as much mental as it is physical, if not more mental. So we can just stay out of our own way, and just play and not go the ups and downs based on our emotion, our energy being good and bad. So that's the focus. It was back to work today. It was another Tuesday, another opportunity to get better, and I think we did.
A few wins would be the best thing from a mental perspective?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, we're a team that, has had a couple, not many, but a couple 2-goal leads this year, and weren't able to close the door. We had a goal lead against Niagara late. I mean, we need to finish out some of those games to help us take that next step there. But I think a couple of regulation wins is what the doctor ordered for anybody, especially a team like us that's struggling that mental energy with it. We don't want it to take over our body language and stuff. So I think 2 wins would always help that, or a win or whatever would always help that. But we obviously know those are a lot easier to talk about than they are to get for us. So I'm not talking about a moral victory, but I wanted the guys to feel good about how they played Saturday. They deserved to feel good, and they didn't, because we lost in the shootout, and that's the dynamic of the shootout. You win it, you feel good. You lose it, you feel like you lost. And we didn't lose. We tied. Our guys deserve to feel good about that. So those positive vibes, we have to find a way. We just have to find a way to keep them and feel good about what we're doing. And I think obviously a couple of wins would help that, or like I said, a win, but we're finding ways to be positive even if it isn't in a win necessarily.
Going back to Saturday's game, it seemed in the first period the team came out with a lot of intensity early. What are some of the keys to repeating that intensity consistently throughout early in the game? Just go back to that mental that you...
Yeah, I mean, again, I've always said this, and maybe everyone thinks I'm wrong, but I don't know how much control I have over that. You give them the let's go get them type thing and the pregame and then all that kind of stuff, but it comes down to the 20 guys that are in the lineup that night deciding that this is how we're going to start. I look at the older guys. We didn't play a great game Friday night, but we hung in there, yes, and there was a determination about our team on Saturday. Now, I have some control over the overall attitude, like are we negative, are we positive, are we upbeat, are we down? I think I have some control over that throughout the day. We meet at 11 o'clock and so on and so forth. But when it comes to 7 o'clock in that first shift, I think it's up to the guys that are out there and the guys that are in the gear to make sure that we come out and we start the game and play the game the way we want to. And quite honestly, in the first minute, we took a bad penalty and they scored. We started bad when you think about it in those terms. So we were hit right in the face again with some adversity, and here, and I think our guys decided one goal is not going to determine this game. Not now, not tonight. And that was their decision, not mine. We have to put it on the older guys, the leadership, the guys that have been through this before, to lead the way in that. And I think the young guys will follow suit. If the older guys say, oh, here we go again, and we go through the motions, that's what the younger guys are going to do. If the older guys say, hey, it's one goal, there's a whole game to play, and we're going to keep fighting here, then that's what I think we're going to do. So I lean on those guys, and we'll go back to the players to say, you guys have to decide this is what we're going to be tonight.
You've got a number of top 6 forwards struggling to score. What do you tell them? Just keep.
We tell them. You have to. You have to. This may sound crazy, but you have to try to do less and not try to do more. Because I think an offensive guy, what he wants to do is he wants to try to take the puck and beat everybody one-on-one and basically try to do more when we're talking about chipping pucks to space, get pucks deep, kind of go back to the grassroots of how you need to play the game. Shoot every puck. Let's not pass pucks when we have them in the slot. You almost have to do less. Get back to just working hard every shift, make sure the details of your game are good. And we've had those conversations with probably all of the top 6 guys to get them to, a guy like Mingo is to get back to the way he started. A guy like DeSalle will try to get him going. A guy like Williamson, somewhere in between. So it's not one guy's responsibility, it's all of theirs. But what we tell them is, you can't cheat the game. You can't expect offense is going to come if you don't deserve offense. You have to earn it. There's no shortcuts. Chip pucks, finish checks, good details with your game. Don't turn away on any shots. And that's what we've done.
Are you encouraged by the power play and what you saw at times Saturday night?
I was. Yeah. I'm not going to preface that with anything. I thought we moved it around well. I thought guys looked upset and weren't doing what we wanted to do in terms of results, but I even thought in the overtime, we've obviously watched them, I even thought in the overtime we did some decent things. We some of those pucks are going to go in for us. We just have to believe that if we keep doing things, or if we, start doing things the right way more of the time on the power play.
Is the power play something where it's not going to be great overnight, that it's gradually going to get?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. I think that's got 2 heads to it. I think to some regard, Kevin, it's a lineup issue. We want to get more power play guys, more guys in our team that have been on the power play in the mix, proven power play people, which we're doing that. And I think with this year's team. I think it has to be something that you almost put the stats away and you just use. We have to use every game as a new opportunity to start here, and this is going to be, our power play is going to be good starting right now. And the way we moved it around on Saturday and some of the looks we had and the way some guys carried themselves on the power play, I thought it was good.
And that leads to my next question, that you guys probably not looking at the percentage anymore.
I don't think we can. Yeah. We look at the percentage and we're defeated. I think, percentages and stats are people, that's how you develop perception. And the reality is, the way we moved the puck around on Saturday gave us an opportunity to score goals in the power play. We had zone time, we were doing the right things, we were taking what the game gives us, we were shooting the puck we were supposed to. Just right now, it seems to be hitting the skate or a knob or bouncing at the wrong time. I mean, and that's not excuses, Western Michigan made it look as easy as possible, and that's what got them the tie. They're the power play. We're going to get there. We just have to stick to the process and believe in it, and I think our guys do. And by looking at the stats, that wouldn't be good. That would be more negative than positive, so we don't look at them.
About Ferris State.
Well, Ferris State's a team that I think we know pretty well. We played them 7 times last year. And, the one thing about Ferris is they're pretty much the same team every year. They work extremely hard. They defend extremely hard. They really make it difficult to score 5-on-5. We had a couple guys get hot in the power play or in the playoffs there last year, and that helped us score goals against them. But they had some turnover on the back end and in goal. But it still looks like by the numbers they're still defending very, very well because that's who they are. That's their brand. That's what you get from Ferris. They've got some forwards up front that'll hurt you. I really like a couple of their guys. Bonus has done very well. I like the Kane kid. I think Willette's a pretty good player. They've just done a good job there, and they're a team you kind of get what you get. They're not homers. They don't play a certain way at home and then bad on the road. It's going to be 2 battles. And like I said, they're 2 teams that know each other pretty well, that have played a bunch of hockey over the past 12 months against each other, and I expect it to be a good series. We have not played well against Ferris, at least well enough, in our building over the last couple of years. That has to change. That has to change. Not because they're not a good enough team. They're a great team. But we just need to start taking advantage of home games, and we just haven't done a good job of that since I've been here. So that's something. I'll take the blame for that. We have to be better. We have to be better at home than we've been, and we've got another opportunity on Friday night.
Is there any particular reason for the team not playing as well at home, or is it just?
I wish I knew, because the crowd deserves better. We've had good crowds. We've had people hang with us and come to our games, and it's not about effort. I know our guys are trying the best they can at home. If I knew, I'd have fixed it by now. It's just you look at our home record. We don't have a regulation win. We have a shootout win at home, or something like that. And I think we've played better hockey than that. But it is what it is. The results say that's what we've done. And like I said, you accompany that with a team in Ferris that's beaten us 4 straight games at home. That something's got to change. We got to change that trend. And like I said, Friday's another opportunity for that.
Anything else, Coach?
Is Cam still day-to-day?
Yeah, he didn't skate today, so it may be worse than that. But from my perspective and what we're being told, it's day-to-day.
And the plan is, excuse me, still to be careful with him,
Yes.
knowing that you've
Yeah.
got the...
With the lower body, I
Yeah.
don't want it to be something he struggles with all year long, and I think that would be doing him a disservice, and we're not going to do that.
And then Tate.
Tate's the same. Didn't skate today. He's some days he feels good, and some days he doesn't. We're in the process of putting together a long-term plan. To be quite honest with you, we don't have that plan right now.
Is it possible he might not play again this year? I guess.
I don't know if it would be. I guess anything's possible, Kevin. I don't know.
Okay. Or maybe till after Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about the Christmas. We've got 3 games till
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and then 3 games after. So, is that worth, when you've got a bad back, is it something to, do you want to sit on a plane to Alaska for 8 hours and then all the time in between? Is that healthy for him? I don't know that. That's coming up. We've got some home games. I don't know. If he can play, he'll play. Right now, he didn't, today was another opportunity and he wasn't out there practicing with us. So that's saying he's not going to be ready to play short term. I don't know what that means for long term.
Anybody else out of the weekend?
Well, Plutch is just dealing with his shoulder. He's I don't know. He's struggling with it. So, but that's been not necessarily from the weekend. He aggravated it Friday night, but that's been something he's struggled with for most of the first half here.
Lost, but I mean, you guys, as well as you guys played for.
Well, as Coach always says, you just got to take it one day at a time. You got to come to practice, prepare, work hard, and just continue from there, one day at a time. Today is done. We look forward to tomorrow.
What does Ferris State bring to the table, and just they do well, I guess, against PG?
Well, we don't know we haven't really watched film on them yet from this year, but according to what coach says, really good defensive team. They sit back, wait to get opportunities, wait for our turnovers, so we just got to be smart with the puck, be smart with our dumps. No turnovers at the blue lines, whatever, just the little details.
For you personally, what has been the biggest difference between your game from this point last year and now?
I think confidence. Just had a couple good games under my belt, so I just kind of went with that. Kept going in practice, worked hard, and then just keep building off that.
Your thoughts on the troubles here at home? Any
Frustrating.
Anybody figure it out? I'm sure
It's
it is, yeah.
very frustrating. You know, obviously you want to get some wins at home, make the fans happy, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. We'll get it together soon enough.
How do you feel about the way you played compared to last year individually?
I feel way better.
Yeah.
It's a completely different level. I think last year I just kind of maybe just tiptoed around being a freshman, feeling my way through. But this year, sophomore, I came in more confident. I had a really good summer, so I just came in ready to go.
Offensively, you've picked it up a bit. Just kind of talk about that. Are you kind of
Well, yeah,
playing more aggressive?
we got our individual meetings at the end of the year, and coach kind of told me that that's probably the worst part of my game. So kind of took that to heart. You know, worked on that over the summer. We played in the summer leagues a couple days a week, so I worked on my puck play then, and just I try to be simple with it. Just get it up to the forwards, and then just do my job from there. If I have an opportunity to jump into the play, I do it. But that's about it.
You guys get a feel that you're headed in the right direction. I mean, you have so many frustrating defeats, but you're confident that
Definitely.
you're going there.
For the most part, we've been close in all the games. We battle. I mean, we just basically, from what I think, is we dominated Western Michigan Saturday, and they're one of the top teams in the country. So something good came out of that. I mean, even though we got a tie out of it, but you gotta feel good.